You see that smoke? It's Pepsi time. Back here again, number 2 of Team Talk with Neil and Andy. We're going to answer some questions this week on some of the questions that came in from last week. We don't have all the time in the world. I have places to go. Neil has places to go. So here we are. We're in number 2 of Team Talk. Neil, how are we doing?
Here we go. with the prices of accessories, how long before the manufacturing price everyone but the rich out of fishing?
So they're worried about the price of everything going too high and they're not going to be able to afford it.
Right.
It's never going to happen.
No.
It won't happen because you got to remember, you are the people that drive what they do. The rich are always going to be the rich, if you want to call them the rich. I don't know what you're considering rich, but boating is a hobby.
Yes.
Boating is like NASCAR. It's like NASCAR's here, boating's like right in here in my eyes. So what happens is when you go and take a loan out for your boat, and you're making that monthly payment on your boat that you get to use up here for 6-7 months, maybe 8. Maybe. They'll never outprice themselves because OEM's going to be OEM. The aftermarkets are going to come out with aftermarket things. Boating industry in general is full of pirates. One guy comes with a good idea, 6 more copy it. And then this guy comes out with another idea and 5 more copy it. And there's always the guy that's at $11.99 for this. This guy's coming in at $9.99. And that's how this market is played out. It's a boxing match when it comes down to it. If you have the newest, coolest thing, you can price it what you want to. You're going to get about 6-8 months on it. Boom, someone's going to come out with it again. Have we not seen it?
Yeah, or they're going to come out with something new right after that.
Or they fight back and forth. Let's just take the trolling motor deal that we just went through. Yep. We went through Minn Kota coming out with spot lock. We went through Minn Kota coming out with cable to electric. Great trolling motor. What do we have, 10 months? In 4 months, I heard of another company coming out with one. And then it turned into not 1, not 2, but 3, or all of them now have spot lock. And we still got another trolling motor coming from another company. So, and the reason behind that was because Minn Kota's been in charge for how long? For 5-6 years. Nobody was competing with them. There was nothing there. But now all of a sudden you get Minn Kota. I can release this trolling motor for $3,000. Here we go. La-di-da-di-da. Now all of a sudden we got equality trolling motors, or better per se, depending who you are, trolling motors coming out that are cheaper with more features. See, you want this to happen. As a boater, you want this to happen because as soon as something cool comes out and everybody starts to buy it and you're like, oh, I can't afford that, somebody's coming out with it better, and it's a competitive market. Like I said, it's a boxing match. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's how the marine industry operates. Everybody, the only thing that doesn't is probably outboards. Like, Mercury's got their own little cool thing when it comes to their R's, their racing division and stuff like that. Suzuki's got their cool little thing with their offset drive. Yamaha's got their cool little thing with show products. I mean, they're all trying to compete with each other, but they all have their own niche. And in today's outboard world, 4-stroke world, super competitive market. But they're all priced pretty much the same. They're close to one another. I mean, yeah, they're not the same. Somebody's going to comment, well, I get this for 30 grand and this one's like 18. Yeah, you can, but it depends on what you're getting. You can't relate an R motor to a show motor. You just can't do it. They're not the same. They're not designed to do the same things. So that's, I guess, that. You'll never be outpriced. There's always going to be, in my vision, room for people to buy in new. But you got to remember too, if the stuff is too high, and you always get guys that are repowering, there's always good used out there that's a year old or something that you can go buy. Electronics are all updatable. These trolling motors are now all updatable. So I don't ever.
It's a horse apiece.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna end up, as long as you don't buy something from 1986 and put it on your boat and think you got something really cool.
All right, and our next comment here, or our question, I guess, is from Galata52. Hey.
Right.
Just because I need glasses at this range doesn't mean you have to pick on me. All right. I love to have a video showing the Suzuki 250 SS, their advantages over the brands, and why it would be a good choice for a repower. Also, if you run one on the Champ, a video getting it propped.
Okay. We hear you. It's hard for me to talk about it because propping is probably the hardest thing to do with the Suzuki 250. And when I say that, that's coming from a guy I like to be the prop guy. I have not yet found the perfect prop for that 250. The only reason is because it's not your normal beast. We're not running direct drive there. We're running offset crank to drive shaft. So you can get up in the 27, 28 pitch props, but was that legal?
What's not legal? Come on.
I can't leave it in.
Just ingest it.
The heater just kicked on. Can you hear the heater?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, back to propping, since we were rudely interrupted by a furnace because it's cold here. I can't give you the exact, because I haven't come up with it yet. I'm still trying to come up with it. I got a couple 250s out there. We're trying to come up with the correct prop. It's going to be one of them deals where we're going to have to get some sent out, made, fixed, do all that stuff. It's going to be a big investment, but when we come up with it, we'll have it for you.
That's always been the hard part about propping.
I think I spent like $3,000 one year in propping one of my champions, and I still have that prop in my garage. It's crazy. Crazy amounts of money.
Yeah,
it's not just a turnkey, put the prop on and go. You can do that. You can get on plane, you can go. I understand what his concern is, but it's not easy. It's not an easy deal. So sorry I couldn't really give you an answer yet, but we will follow up with that when it comes to propping. Second part of this question is the advantages of a Suzuki versus other brands. Is that correct? Why would we go with a Suzuki? Because I sell Suzuki doesn't mean I'm set on Suzuki, okay? I love Mercury's, I love Yamaha's. There's just some things about different motors. The advantage to buying a brand new Suzuki is 6-year warranty. 6-year warranty out of the box. So when you go to the bank and say, I want to buy a new motor, you're going to get 6 years of warranty. So take a 6-year note. You ain't got to worry about no repairs unless you clean the lower unit off, but that's why you got insurance. La-di-da. This is how this goes. Personally, I like the 6-year. I like how it works. We have had little problems with their warranty. I know some dealers comment that their warranty is hard to deal with. I've got a really good secretary that takes care of that for me, so I don't have to deal with it. I think the advantages is that you can run a bigger prop. That's one of the big advantages. When it comes to horse apiece, I think Mercury's going to probably speed-wise outrun the Suzuki until they come out with some of their new stuff they're coming out with. But they've always been a conservative. We went from, we repowered Tom's boat. Everybody knows we repowered Tom's boat. He would tell you advantage is running through the weeds, running through the weeds, running through the weeds. He can run through any mat, anything from here to Florida to anywhere he goes. He can just continue to run without getting it hot. Huge advantage for a guy like Tom. He can get up in shallow water,
Hitting
stuff. The gears are mega in this thing. You're gonna bend a prop shaft or two, but you're gonna be able to get home. That's huge when it comes to Tom Mansour going from 5 lower units a year, 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year he got 5 lower units, and he probably hit just as much or more crap last year. And
he went through
he just went through 2 prop shafts.
That's amazing for a guy like Tom. For you guys that don't know Tom, he's the only one that's ever should have had a 4-wheel drive switch put in the boat. I'm going 4-wheeling, if you know what I mean.
If Tom can see water, he believes he can get there.
And that's getting there. That's like, if there's something between here and water, it don't matter. We're going.
Yeah. If he sees a little pocket of water, he thinks there's fish in there, he's going.
It's the guy that overheated a Mercury for like 3.5 minutes on dry land. I pulled the report on it. That's no bullshit. I pulled the report. It was like 3 minutes on dry land. The prop, 25-inch to a barrel. We'll make her. Okay, that's what we're dealing with here. And he went through 2 prop shafts, not 5 gear cases. Lower units are unbelievable on them. But there's always room for improvement. Mercury is probably the standard for going fast.
I don't think he really lost much for speed.
He didn't lose much for speed. He actually gained speed from his Opti. So he did gain 2 miles an hour from his Opti, and he gained at least 20% better fuel economy. That's huge.
That's huge.
That's huge for him. Yeah. He thought his gas gauge was broke the first time he came back. He said, my gas gauge isn't working because I still got gas in my boat, and I ran all over the place.
You know,
and it was dead.
Adrian said the same thing.
I think
he said he lost like 1 mile per hour, but he gained 20% or more in fuel economy, which is basically huge. And those guys' profession.
Oh,
they can run.
Yeah, they can go.
You don't have to pull over and get gas.
You don't have to worry about, okay, I can go 100 miles round trip. Now we can go 150 round trip or 130 round trip. When you're making a living doing it, it's huge. And in today's world, it's at $2 or $3 a gallon. An extra 20% is a lot. You're saving money. So that's why we sell Suzuki. A, because I believe in the brand. B, because of the warranty for my customers. C, because you do get better fuel economy. And D, I just feel they are a pretty stout motor. I used your last name.
Right.
So that's my opinion. You can comment below if you want to, but that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't have any really anything against Mercury or Yamaha. I mean, they're all making great motors nowadays. Everybody's competitive. All their motors are good. We sell Suzuki because I believe in the full circle of the motor. That's why. So that's what you get. All right, that was it. Thank you guys who commented. If you want your comments read, go ahead and comment in the section below. Make sure we get them, and we'll talk to you next week. This is Andy. This is
Neil.
and we're saying peace out from Team Marine.